bɛni padua no adwuma ɛno ɛyɛ agan malamis ɛne yɛkamfo ɛde ama ne mom sɛ mogya no wobɛ edi efrisane kama enom eya agan prakasa garlic mixture enom komo no ana ye di enano pai ensom awo show no so afei no ye kanfo eye semens capsules ensom amon eno ye droba ko a de ye ensom ane say weno ebetu sisiade ebetu ni kan say ensom Ebeko amafo your banner watinkasem ensom awompem awofoma wodro no aye semen vita helba mes ene bedu akachira mu ama chese omemayo anafo mayo ne chese nyadoa no nyina no wotu ase kama number no ye 058890 now Semens and so enkasa
well you call any currency kaso na currency ventures wo mu adaroma currency company limited wo mu is ramisha and any G capsules and a day abana dre no aye adwuma ye nyina ne se enamu ayare asem se gono anwanya anase Felix B anwanya ne nyina yi wunya adre bi na afo no ebe ye fi o ave amafe man cap Zahara man capsule sanu na onya bia e boosti bema e wompema gudie enso ekoye ema ogina ye pa na ye wie no hindia ba mista no so nya bi na typhoid ana se diabetes na hawa ne no enso na malaria ye treaty eno so eka ho edemanti anu ahye no so ave amame se chere bibia ye ka ho asem ena no pe edema e fire de ho de ni nyina no onya bia ebetimi aboa frɛ number 0246348334 na wadi unkomo Kojak for no woman no ewa dwama so Kojak farmer near ye Kojak chako toothpaste no ano mode aba wo sen ana abetwia se wo sen no aye ene brown color obese ye fita obetwi wo sen amana ye fita nkoda no edie wom empanifo so dia no ewom ewa dwama so no aye Kojak chako toothpaste no enwonkomo ana me ni wudi awi a Kojak proco ruti emse fa ana dwawa ni nyina no aye ade se unya bia betimi abona afi Ediama Kojak nro no ewa adwama so unya bia ebeboa 0244559597 na afi wodi me nano pay said tie bia no obi a ni mu fa na afi mu a ewo pharmacy ana afi be bia to adro bia be na emulate bi enso natimi ato na Alaska de wono na daroma wo papers a wodo ana odi aba blankets 3D 5D animation nyina wo de bi enso aba chese ne adwuma wo afa no ahyepa wodu wani enso na be kire na afi adwuma die no wo nso akopɛ bi de akɔde adwuma sɛ dem ana sɛ wo ho bi na abeso decorate wa Alaska daroma ni nyina mu no wodu wani betimi abona afenu ma ye kama ave ama owa dunkuma so ne boss of building and edian mishakra circle tip tolane wo 0554 114878 na fe ye di enkomo semen saba clinic o madaruma yare by XTI sexually transmitted infections and also obia ono so menstrual problems si anadwo obi o problem e woni liver ni nyina no yade se ne odwani enso na kire semen saba clinica wo metimi aboa amanu amakoye enso atimi adiama enano fe na said ye tia no ba ye betwa scan ne ahwe said ye adia no enso no sitia na afi mo bia obia no ye timi adiabo asokore mampon ye ne asokore mampon raban redia no hwe obefra 0240826995 na fe ye din komo ene anope Lawson beverages adaroma Lawson delay man beat no doctor na se kancho se said ye ne etie bia no doctor ese ne dilemma vitas no ye bema ese nyabotre na ye delay mpema ye bo adwuma bo ni ye me hu se ne mema yo enso e wo soro bema de enu kwan se wo ye bia wo bo adwuma no eme hu se wo bo adwuma nti Lawson delay man vitas enu ye wadro nya bia ebetimi abo dilemma capsules no enu so na me kamfo de ama obi a o tie me ne anope na afi se ene nuama nkoye mfama yo ba na okwa afigira ya wote ya pa ni nyina no yade ese ne wunya duro bi na no ma ebe yawo na fro eyi yawo no na fe ese boa wiye pa ema nuama ekoye ebusti ene enuama dema na fa tinken enso na ekosro 0248619999 na fe wobonkomo na nuama kama polytank fa daroma polytank since 1992 ana Ghana ha yaji tu mu se open na Ghana's number 1 water storage tanker eno polytank no obi aja tuma yɛde ɛyɛ adwuma kroma na ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ World Cup video ɛyɛ World Cup party time with Polytime na yɛkyɛ adeɛ o ɛyɛ predict and win ɛwɔ yɛn social media handles no so ɛyɛ Facebook a ɛne Polytime Ghana okɔ Instagram a my Polytime GH ɛna afei X ɛnso ɛyɛ my Polytime ka wɔn wonya do a predict and win fa ho ɛkɔkɔ hyɛm na afei nneɛma nkɔ yie ɛmfama Ba hospital at Daruma na Dr. Simon Kancho said dompe no ɛne nkasa no deɛ tie bia ɔbɛyɛ ho adwuma ɛde ama so dompe ana emu abu nkase emu abu ani nyina no asebra wɔyɛ bone specialist ɔno ana edi dwuma yi ɛnso ɛde ama stroke ana gono nam yadeɛ obi a rheumatism ana hepatitis B HIV ana wanya odi wani che Ba hospital na afei doctor ɛnso ɛne wawie doctor ɛwɔ Atonsu agogo yɛ bɛn agogo hospital ana afei akran so yɛwɔ Spinters Road 18 Junction numbers near 0244-988-004 na yɛdi nkɔmɔ Ruta product no wɔ adwaman so Ruta natural product no yɛ Ruta Mr. Ruta Life and yɛwɔ Ruta tonic na de wɔn ni sɛ Ruta Mr. ne deɛ sɛ utie mi na no pe na malaria bi ane hawa adwina wunya bianom ebetimi aboa na afenu ɔma akɔyie nso atimi adama Ruta Life bɛma moja ɛde afrisane yi ɛwɔ ne paduanum ana afɛ Ruta tonic na ɛba ne typhoid fever ɛno nso ɛbɛkɔ Ruta nure baby a utie mi ɛwɔ man mu baby ano wobɛnya bi atɔ na afaye ye 0244485632 na wadu nkɔmɔ mi dima fɛ Dr. Time da so Dr. de mrɛ ɛna yɛ adwuma nti ɛyɛ yadeɛ bɛn HIV anasa war anasa obi a stroke ɛnya na awo ho asɛm sɛ de America ka obi a ne prostate no wo problem anasa infections ama ne bɛmɛn afo aka ketewa bi mi dima fɛ Dr. Time ɛda so abu akɔ agogo school junction ɛhɔ ana doctor edi ne dwuma kra so poko ase mayera 0244774282 na afia di common natural company limited o madarume Proslav capsules eno anu yesu na eno de betima ka ava hu ni se eno eye adwuma ye pa na ekwan a eva so adwuma ne se prostate na problem mu a obi wonto so anu wote yaw kakra bi ewo ne bemem na emu hyehye no ni nyina no Proslav ana afia obenya bi na afia wonso watimi ayusu na aboa true man capsules a member nyina draw weak erection premature ejaculation a true man capsules anom ana abayusu amana bona afi Congo ointment no treatment a eno so honam ani nsa ana afi nuama eno so amoa honam ani nyina wonya bi na yusu a ebeboa ma honam aye sardine pa 0249017101 na wadu nkomo ya de ani che Dr. Way Dr. Mensa na so na Dr. Mensa Herbal Clinic nie wone kotwi Guinness Depot ana dianum hwe ewo boase ekwan so akran so Madina Zongo Junction your Kan City building num ana edi adwuma wose wode sasadro e de abobu a woya bi enye ye duane nsabe som bia na age agu business ana wo ya akwantuo bi enuama wo ye nyina no won hyeda hu so akwade sasadro ni bi na doctor enchiro kwan a obefa so abayusu wode ene sabe obi wakasa na sent ewo nanum eno nso obenya dro doctor ewo dro ho obi wo a sabe woda na wadwo so wanyini pa na momoda bia na wadwo so ni nyina doctor ede modro ede aba ode retmem herbal powder ba no memory retention powder eno numa eboye pa ni nyina ne so obi wo ya no ntanka ade obi wo so okosku wo kira na de a wo hu a eno retmem no nkoda ni nyina no yema omubi omude saman cold capsules aba eno treat cocoa pa ana afi saman man power capsules ano bema obe power pem doctor juma Mondays to Sunday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. numbers no 0244921269 na wadu koma tabia nro no ana me kan for the amasa tabia dm takum na no den eno ana nyina ye yusu bia eboa pa se opese empama gudie kama na afe utimi adwuma judin a tabia takum obe tafri bi bema tafri bi mo de pa tabia ba Mr. So malaria nkwete and dealing with jaundice obi ananim anso ato wontimi ni di wadro tabia ba Mr. Capsules no anso adwuma kyesisiye no wo ya maman age aboso a wonya bia bebo 0243686861 na bibia nso na ye kama na ane yemko in a 3p garlic mixture wonuma so ne ani nkom high blood pressure wo sugar level awosoro anase ne anuama ye ka ho asem obi wonuma onantika kakra bi anu adre na ni so ebri no ni nyina no onya 3p garlic mixture eno ebeboa 3p ayadura ye de garlic ana ya no odin fa oman mu ba bia obenya 3p 0248928824 na wadun come power specialist ana me diwie na fancy day amanone nsem na bana hepatitis C, fatty liver, stomach ulcer, near your fibroid, and for kidney, and a problem ewo my power specialist heba hospital ya me doctor akoso adua ya nie adwuma wo bom anu asepa ni nyina mu no esa wo call na afo hwe wo ya de ne dem say e kokokra de man wo de purely heba and a treatment e na so ya enya asemetu akra kumase we ye kumase free ya say bosomtwi road e wa adua ya junction akra akwabenya ACP road power hospital junction e won so ye bo adwuma na afo anaji estate e won kan 0244 544422 na woni ya ma me doctor akosua adua ya edi nkomo fancy
wo me da say supremo ayemra na yemra me share yen question of the day sponsored by Amuzupi Herbal Mixture anti say wonya infection say obana nsu egu rough ana say oye bema na ensansa egu bema ho prekesen na say wakwa wonka wadro no yamuzupi Dr. Amuzu Nsano ana wode adro no ebedwa so na daroma na ye yen question of the day and so emma na doctor say yemisa say, do you think Ghana stands a chance of advancing from the World Cup group stage? Ufu say Black Stars ever qualified your free in group him one I say 3 points down. You will 2 games a ball out of possible 6. I debate me any account be out the ebeko nti I was here try say benya be the account supremo
wo Benjamin fancy say we are say yes Ghana you bet me qualify exactly eno do dia banana kwaku dua was say it's highly possible after getting the first 3 points and no the Abadu Thomas say 100% sure Ghana ever qualify from the group and no also the Abakwame Isaac say congratulations to the Black Stars of Ghana and also the Abadu 70 no the na we so Nana Kwesi Simon say yes Ghana ebetimi qualify the akona nim ana face way Venda Bedu was say yes unless we bench Jordan Ayew and play Brandon Thomas Asante and Semenyo up front no and ebetimi aboama Ghana yetimi akoye nimpa
wo me da say mama into so free ana ayen share ya hwefo ne yeti form so de omode bene ayebema mo number na bia wo fia be o video dia ba say do see hu Black Stars modern ball game no our general overview one kasa wo assess aye Black Stars modern ball senti yebema number in chekra ene your WhatsApp obey your video dia fa ho dia bana later em say Sharak mo pretty dia free MC an so na ye dia no because Zoom no ya na am say bimuntimi ninhye no so my eba na my brepa wona awuni Nicolas say yes Ghana will qualify where your Ben Isaac say yes Ghana can do and we so say yeah most definitely a friend I am Mike McBrand and so a message and highly possible and Adonasiru Suleiman Bonak and a day I yes a message and by 66 I Kali so say yes I will get 9 points. There's a Black Stars. Abesha England atwaswa share Croatia. And no, I said you no suhuno. And a Roland appear so say hit. And a Roland and so a day Abagana be qualify to the next one says a Ben Donko. Wano and so a dear and so and no yem fat coat am away. Na yem komra famude and when ye 37 hours. Let's go. BW5D 5FA 86A 86E
Mr. 86E
I'm fanchona my first code no second year 23 hours BW5D 5FA 23B I 23 hours next I 12 hours BW5D 5FA EFA BW5D 5FB 629
629
and 10 and a last code 5 O's. BW5D 609 CA8 T
dot.
I know.
I mean, kai hona green light. Yeah.
Wontumi.
England game no rana.
Oh, there be so be any.
Okay.
Hoping for the best.
Some can say medium through Panama.
Yeah. Yeah, cherry.
Okay.
We are up for another hurdle.
Kono adena me hu ya na ye for instance for the first time in Libya be 8 games in here for my year chire ho kakra ni we.
Yeah.
And then no ade no timi say agitenom ne Jerome Pukunom sena yanom ene Gideonom like show so mu nyina akọ chire a no mu mia ho.
Yeah.
Calibri nchi at a point a chire je adwuma ne sa. For the first time I'm here just say discipline where chire na young consider go just say chances they say they have a consider chance.
Yeah, ne dey.
But so the ball no beto net na wona na asem no wono. Ti oyenye nyoma yi na enye sharp e wanim ho.
Quick
3 points in the aba. By the way you so England a tough game.
People no so.
The biggest game amongst the three I be boy the born next week Tuesday. See boys no nyame na make catch romo. Enye wona abeka omo munim.
You know.
Unim say wo ko Declan Rice. O Boris James. Unim say wo John Stones.
Yeah.
What am I say?
Sure.
Unim say Rashford every bench ba. Unim say wo Bukayo Saka wo gro ho a wo be ye penalty sisi
Yeah.
Madu eke wom. Harry Kane nyame na make catch ro.
Timu amu ni mo ambusha wo mu.
Obia ntimi motivate mu. Damo amu ho.
More na so mu no
amount of inspirational messages.
Sure.
And I say psychologically. Where's the free psychologist or abana? A bit me a psych more psych mo against England.
Yeah.
Because some of beer beer according in shut it down.
Yeah.
Will be a Black Stars. Support Amunya or Canada or Toronto Hono, more money be.
Sure.
At a point, people go up on team. Thousands of people. Ghana for more support to Black Stars.
More support.
Motivation, baby.
More support.
A DBM.
Sika moji.
Yes, I'm a so 9 fan more.
DBM.
Dabi. You are foreign neighborhood.
Born woman. To woman,
na hodini ho. Cha hodin kakra na nyame de aduma no pe na wo sem de so ma chiefo ne mahwefo na kakra bia metimi aye bia no menye yewia na ya baba be hwe ye game mu ye be komu para anya se ya henti be gya no sa
anya man koyi ebi o ha koyi
for 15 minutes na ball ye nya bi mo
David ko and 90 minutes we ball possession omo pass ball e chenga
possession de couple Jose Bessie, I'm so Jose, Crofono born in Chen when I watch it, or some of a chrome between the born at coffee. But it's about who you're born at the end of the born here.
The good
year. The Queen Mona Suleiman and why yet now, Marcel Lucy, not pressure Samba
by you so.
Panama, now can a Panama bar, some come to born at Chisano Munyabimo,
Salmusa. Now we're Morocco near Brazil.
No Brazil, Johnny.
Morocco to me, Jibbo,
Cote d'Ivoire,
papi. One in the Nuru.
Actually, by Kakra.
Wontumi.
Me, I'm only hoping say you be grow.
Oh,
yeah, these games.
Yeah, for sure.
Come, mine of the first match there.
Yeah.
Because Panama is the most difficult. Maybe I be Montias and I say, and then I would starting to lose here.
What's it?
Motivation being at the Quackbo England.
Yeah.
But then last minute. On this house minute no toast now was like no boys will beat me I should go. So born to one us and your war so ma na so di
to na kasa.
Oh.
When you mohona
ko Brandon Asante mono. Akwa no be slide.
Oh yeah.
Or slide obehuri ampa. One composure or box in pa.
Caliber.
Think I say more release ball no at the right time. Unleash play and through goal.
Oh, you find an Indian opium to me.
General boss what down for
them to be biama. Titia boss was Yako anima Yako Yachi. As a young comra couple. You may be into video analyst or her, Mesa or her Nafi, a Stephen Body, and so about her. What was sharing so Ubenya Quine at Bowadre. As I saw the number and be me a family and fan to join and fan yet.
you find WhatsApp videos no quick.
Okay.
No okay. So and also na guess ne phrase. Sharak munyana mumpini WhatsApp line mame. We munyan video wa wo share. Wontumi TV say digital na say satellite. Your WhatsApp video say you see who game no Mr. Manem Moro more than 1 minute. I said a farm on the video no record the quality my yeah born with TV no so in Chibia. Number is 0245 305044 0245 305044. Anti Shark Mumpini number no Emma Yasha for 0245 305044. WhatsApp file video efaho na etwatum Emma no yebebo ama obusuafo nyina nso ho because Ghana no ye nyina idea chira bibia ni obi
da bibia ni o cheche madwin yenko
anya ntem kura nka mouse from bad eye dey sem de bomb ho
so hu
say sa kwa otirim we gas an woju sika anya no ne di sem ni de wo kan nyina ntu de je ma bia manja
asabudi
me so o kan wo tirim pa me ya we me ntwa ma ho kan kire me so so basa
wa na ka wa
o jo de udi de wa ma me ti fa ne me wa ma ti ya we tu de bla wa da me
we dey wana ususu wasamu o dream am hey
okay o say Sharak so my connect WhatsApp live for ntia na mesremo am fan chama me say ba ko be connected ntia say o mo from how te mesremo WhatsApp line ni ma mo use earlier one no Sharak yan yan wo penny WhatsApp line no screen from mo bia alongside baby out to be 0203 682641 WhatsApp only Mr. Memfre 0203 682641 0203 0203 682641 for WhatsApp video efaho na yebebo e wo show no so amonti eye yenko foreign na me brana so me ana ma shede yen santi kakra na aka na yede be foreign so ete amamona Liverpool foi o mama obi ahuhie o
omo ye no ma sumase o sumase dwadie ana Liverpool o be hu anu ma ye pie omo wie ya no me
yenkomre
Wontumi 101.3 Nyamensa wo Wontumi Nyamensa wo
Anwa juma no you Nyame wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma asachre no you Nyame wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma ye bompaye shamachi shra Yehowa Elahenu Yehowa Ekad we ahata et Yehowa Elohika bika luvika uvika naveshika uvika miyodika tode yashak in English in the name of Jesus amen
Salam boy Kapo say Kapo chairman I feel chairman baba me akwa
yes now me be bibia so
go tama taboku kasa mo send messages and ben no bia say hey o chairman ya de pa say what me assemble yes kwa bi ko me nkwa me ho hene papa me
headline say one man from so ejama na ropay no live on the show na ma men front two when say Manchester Enra and also boss ebia kwan ama me no kasa na wo games I was boss on komo nyina no ye be bi na ya unseri no so ebesi akọ ebia no ye dem say transfer market bi omo a wo mo hwe dem so ma maki aye signings and omo a wo mo transfer be stente aye contract dia ma aye chese won players nyina no ehon komo no mo so e wa ha wa bank
nkɔmɔ no nyinaa no yɛbɛgyina yɛdemo no nso ade aba no hurricane nom ɛne yɛde nso anya si fam abrɛ ne hyɛro aka bɛma me ɛyɛ big boys na ɛwo sɛ mane kanka ɛyɛ big boys ɔmo wansɛm na ne nyinaa no ɛnso ayɛ kyɛ sɛ ɔmo a wɔmo ba ɛyɛ tournament ɛnso ɔmo ba no yɛsɛ Erling Haaland ɔno ɛne Norway man no wɔmo nso ba ɛno akyi yɛbɔ France a wɔbɛka Mbappe yɛbɔ Argentina wosi Leo Messi ɛna hyɛ ne nsa ebiem no yɛkasa bia England aba tournament no a na kyɛ sɛ mo no nso sɛ ɛyɛ hurricane ɛna kyɛ sɛ adwuma no nyinaa no wɔno nso abɛbɔ ɛno akyi yɛbɔ ɛyɛ Portugal a na wɔbɔ si Ronaldo ɛma kyɛ sɛ no a wɔmo nso game ɛba so na no pɛn no ansa na mɛka me bi nso arekyerɛ wo sɛ nkɔda no ahyɛ aseɛ sɛ wɔmo him awɔ no ɛne agu ɛyɛ kyɛ sɛ owura a yɛfa no sɛ Ronaldo so ɛsɛn sɛ Manchester no a ɛno nso akɔ so ɛnora ɛna kyɛ sɛ ɛno akyi nyinaa no yɛbɛwo sɛ aberantɛ wɔ no sɛ Mbappe ɔno ɛbɔ 2 goals ɛma Erling Haaland ɛyɛ obi a wɔno nso ngare 2 goals ɛsɔ so ahomakye no mu ɛma Leo Messi nso si fam a wɔno nso abɔ hat-trick ɛnora Hurricane nso anya 2 goals ntoɔ mu a na yɛhwɛ ɔma nom no nyinaa no wɔm nyinaa nso abɔ 2 goals ɛma ɛnora Ronaldo deɛ no mo na aduriɛ pasa bɛma ɛnso anyɛ lucky ɛsɛn sɛ ɛmsɛ chances ba wɔ bɔ no bi a ɛnom ɛnam nkyɛn ne yɛadweduru baabi no ɛmsɛ Portugal nkɔtai wɔm de bɔ yi baa no ɔm de anwan ɔmo sa na ɛno wɔkye wɔm nso akyɛm ama kyɛ sɛ bɔ yi ɛnso akɔntena ma bɛma ɛnso struggle ɛnora ɛwɔ saa maakye no mu na mɛbɛka no repɛ sɛ mo na ɔde aba ma kyɛ sɛ hɔnwe nom ɛne amanfoɔ a wɔm gyere yɛbɛsɛ sɛ Ronaldo se ɛyɛ mpa sɛ bi ɔdɔ Portugal man no deɛ a ɛne ɛwɔ so wɔnom atena bench ama ebia Gonçalo Ramos nom ɛne nkɔta no wɔm nso bɔ ɛrema Portugal man no ɛna mɛka kyerɛ no pɛ sɛ wɔm coach no sɛ sɛbi sɛ yɛbɔ bɔɔl na woso hia goal na woyɛ w'adwene sɛ wobɛyi owura a yɛfa no sɛ Ronaldo nso ɛde afi match no mu ɛwɔ abra the same time wopɛ goal ahyɛ deɛ a na neɛ ɛno no nyansasɛm bi yɛ no mu o akyɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ nyansasɛm koraa ɛnti mu a mɔkɔkyɛ sae sɛ manager nom ada so wɔkyɛ mo sɛ indirectly the moment a wɔbɛka sɛ bi ɔnsa bɛ Ronaldo ɛnso ɛmfa foforɔmra no na kyɛ sɛ saa decision no nyansa bia nom yɛdema no pɛ no mom ɛmsɛ anoa ɛhyɛ paa wonim sɛ maho bi a wakeka ɛyɛ videos ɛde abɔm akyɛ sɛ hɔnwe nom ɛyɛ Prince Boateng nom ɛne yɛde wɔm nyinaa nso ade ɔmo deɛ no ba no mom yɛnsɛntie ɛyɛ manager fa no sɛ Roberto Martinez ɛbiam ɛwɔ abɔ wei no wɔsɛ ɔno yɛ the greatest goal scorer in history of football wopɛ goal na woyi sɛ nipa no afirim wɔte bi da nyɛnsɛm bia nim yɛntie coach
difficult. We could just see how passionate Cristiano was about his contribution as a leader on the field. Was there a temptation to substitute him though? I mean, he brought the number 9 on there. Was there a temptation to do that? And what was your thinking?
I think obviously in a game like today that we were finding it difficult to get into the box. Congo had a back 5 that at time it was even a back 6. They accumulated a lot of players. I think you can use the qualities of Cristiano Ronaldo. It makes no sense to get the best goal scorer in world football out in a game that you need goals. I think what we needed is to add Gonçalo Ramos without making it in a way that it would become even more a difficult line. As you know, in football, the straight line is not the quickest way, and I think for us in moments like this, the experience of Cristiano in the box is important. The way that he attracts defenders is important. The way that we can use the space is important, and every player has a responsibility or a piece of quality on the pitch. And clearly, when you look for goals, you need to have Cristiano on the pitch.
We could just see.
Just what they say, many Johnny Tranitia, Emma, what they say more criticize and more suggest say, and you can say Ronaldo, and some must and watch and what game the crown. Now some uniform and I would tell say, many Johnny say you go and I open Quadia, and you also Ronaldo, and what are your personal so and no, and some I am common manager, I just an open home common in ano, Yadamon, so I'm on an open, and some I will show no sooner, a beam no, won't say we are akwadana ye fam say Mbappe me no kaso no ana se so ba all time top scorer and some Ariama France amino now no yabaka chow say we breaking ayo real fans Olivier Giroud and some record Giroud record ano no I want 57 goals am a player ye fam say Mbappe so twam and about 58 inti akwadana wa kwanya say abokwana ye kasa record our setting nyina no waru some nabetimi ade number ni bi and some account manager ye fam say Didier Deschamps wono and some managers and kwatano womo celebrate ayo wura ye fam say Mbappe amama na France amino woman kasa national team JC a number and 58 agum asa 58 ejina ho and the number of goals I was ama Jason Mbappe so tiero was Marcia Cruz I just say wo bo bia so baso ayo no one team to acknowledge wonom aye technical team no NHS France amino wono some acknowledge sir woman support amano from day one be sinna ye kan Jason wo won some kwambia so target no and say World Cup omo and some nabetimi age and yon koma and some across bat and one ajo womo bo aye final game now France amino womo some and kwatabi na boy na ebasa Malo Gusto Eco Pry ama just a Gusto enya injury no and some aye Jamaica can say France omo medical team no report amimi nyan say omo dia base and should anye probia no and some other cause aye problem and some adama just o mino just a juba bina Malo Gusto and you be on some prayer passer we be trying now so just a reporter and some bana England mino women say Malo Kasomia ye from England and so game and about so nyina no we be on so mo say na obeka say before the game any pokwa time many janom I first Thomas Tuchel wonom I name me and squad nyina no na mo na bi say na when and also start and you be Jude Bellingham and it's a player your first Morgan Rogers no when also started and some animal mino ama chesa what tesa and Jude and starting obopa and I was saying now go out as an effort no you can say na a solo and I could tell you and some Marisha Gorman Timno na Jude I say you want to say one more fun match after match I just on France our tournament anymore and watch Brazil and some our tournament anymore now you France and Brazil and Mbappe and Vinicius amumi no any teammate our Real Madrid nemum was baby an attention and some England our national team and I was some one jumano and somebody free access I could say what was so England domina and some update about no kasai woman shifted focus and your bar and your game against Black Stars nyamia duma and next week and a game no Tuesday and 8 o'clock at your Ghana time and England and Black Stars came no and some other question Jamaica and some other Kebia and coach Bernard so and they be more relaxed and minimum was straight away almost shift attention and some other bar at your Ghana game so nunti and so amacha sanwa wa man kwadari be a mancha Declan Rice APA Anthony Gordon APA none madwa kasum APA and was sama Jude Bellingham and some APA John Stones ayobia warusu piano omo piano wamuso mukoshemu ayamo Morgan Rogers ebiem Marcus Rashford ebeshe go Bukayo Saka and some abai James Prince a boy and a Matt Gay woman and some ayo boys and substitution ama crime and kotano wamusum anyabi bona usha England omo timna nasansa eje fruma ejana bao etigana ewa juma ye nyame yarma Tuesday pa anya juma ketwa no pressure upon pressure England a true baby wabodema a Croatia no yabawa sari saka no Tuesday no and some abasiako na Mauricio Pochettino yinina sa one na coach aye Joao Sofe woman a national team na Pochettino edin komo e was Spain and a Poch omubusan say wapani na ohwe Messi mu boy mu no so wohwe Argentina ema chiribina ayane wonwo pa bonus still Leo Messi boy dia bama wasi afenu onse hunu asem kra wonka o na incredible sense o say the world champions abo wo ball especially Leo Messi modemba na chesam esoni enti ono abo Leo Messi abaso anam say the parent no anu some city and kwan na wo ba fa som na dia kwan ni mu no am say joueurs so fe abo the kwan ni mu a wo man hia Spain na wo mo som abati anya Argentina bi no mo bisa coach so bani na Spain and Argentina why and abese bia wo hia no de anya hwe kra de mo hia wo kwan mu a dachi bia no final mo betimi hia and coach no say onom for one reason t one person US ebe hia Argentina wo benya man ka bia US ebe hia Spain adea answer no oya Argentine and say a password US amai no elbo ade atiani kurom just o man na ebe ha ontimi fa aye US amon fantia on one kasa no mai entena ko prefer say obe face Spain to say no ensom obe face aye Argentina som amai no ni nyina no ya de ba ko pe no aye emotional reason entina wontimi face aye Argentina mai no na o Spain mai no wo mo sa no mo bia ma say and be a Spain and a Cabo Verde. One first game, I'm a draw here and Wintonum and be a Spain. No woman to me, Quanimu and I said, Massa was say over Spain now or Momo now Spain. No, I think about to get better. So, what do you say be a Spain? Woman, she and I said, you're Messiah and into San about Cotia. What do you about Spain? I know and some about to silent for now. Woman, some I tell some about me a dress and say, yeah, can you know what do you about still now no woman your favorite and some other World Cup no now Spain and some other more competitive and no I am come out coach na you follow some Mauricio Pochettino one some Maria to Canada pay and some our show no so Lamine Yamal make a choice Spain my no woman's game akuna so can be as well ball and you see who ye and you say and I'm draw itinerary and some other make us say game against your mind I follow say say ayi Cabo Verde wababo bi about 15 minutes bi na chesam against Saudi Arabia na ebia wabo be 30 bi elko ebia 40 minutes na ye woman last game against Uruguay wabo ayi full 90 akoda no de chinchiro be so start nana German Central dey free ayi Spain omo camp and say boy nam anopamede batu gasa yeda so ya no pay na yete say Liverpool for tona wie enom ayi Victor Munoz no wuru sa kodanum our Spain ekanum orobian ono hunya ntono o knock kakra e won ntono no de wo mo beso mo chesam ene crowd want to be more and on last game against Uruguay no crown Victor Munoz enyanya confirmed say wonu som abatimi abo wo sane e de ba Lamine Yamal e de no so a Lamine de nanam amo say onyanya 100% perfect akoda no afei ana ne recovery what drew 80% into abaye na start and I start wusro sebia obeye na ukako va stretch na dia some alkoba chese no wanhwe ya ebema chese bia bansa for no wo som abuafu ebiem ensom an say and what player your father say Nico Williams enso de Nico na recovery no wo som agina 60% ono kwa de wo shara nya fit papa bia enti that pack no da no na Salami enso kwa wanimu ensom return Nico our Spain coach no Russia said ye the Rangers Liberia fair ewo omo next match mu ewa brene no and some update about name there yerim say name for the first time what me show boot and Brazil women national team aye training aye good news and ma aye Brazil team no na players na ema na kwaba onsa kwaba no ba wo mo form e bia two line no afam no bia de sa kikina ka wan name e say name afam ma wo mo som ama na kwaba ntia say omo next game eba so Brazil coach no aye fans Ancelotti Epanquadia Nema Eyobia Sakim no one Subetimi Apo Edama Eyeproso Mine Wapene woman transfer Kwambia so qualification and some Abetu Yabantia monitor Ayatia Nema and start Tenemono I likely say player your father said that someone junior Eyobia Wobatimia starting match against Haiti and some other free bench Ebiamono Mame Ayen Saravika coach and Wabianum Saho and Kamia say will be a Denadian some Adi Kona Aya Saravika Manadi or Matibia Hiapa na Sedia Capito Abacana no pay am I yet to Baunum sir coach who got Bruce and some Kasai na who got Bruce ominous game Aya against Aya check I just Omo ball Aya check no am say Africa for you know say Sedia Nano Jania and then you may a bonoya san a basaya woman say Kwakotai Aya check a chi ama just a check a mino woman some Asha Aya Saravika bat as to say be a Saravika bet me a containing Aya check and I say woman Timino Yentia who got Bruce and Koma one some Arituka
against Mexico. The moment we get, it was 1-0 and then we get a red card. So that means that for a coach it's very difficult to do something. We were discussing on the bench with my assistant, we have to change something, what are we going to do? But then suddenly you get a red card. And then your plan changed totally. Because you can't really change something that should change the game. Because you have one man less. And at the moment you get a second red card, then the game is finished. We don't have to forget that even the second time, a certain moment, the public was supporting us and not Mexico. We were playing with 9, but Mexico didn't have so many chances anymore. So, and that's what I mean also, that not everything was bad. But there were some important things that we have to improve. And that is what we are going to
coach over fan say who got Bruce and I'll tell you Dennis Seminole and some other two guys was shown also amount a young call a Barcelona one of the bonsa for no one sir Omobaba Sani Anthony Gordon Omoto Anthony Gordon best 80 million every year no German son coming on a bonsa for to say will be able to catch us a Kenny Ho just a bonsa Sani players piano one say Seni Hoon and bonsa it was bonsa was cano one was so much as one about two just say 200 million euros Achasano a amount to FC Barcelona what would you call a transfer market so now you can say I will be Adam Santon Gordon we must spend by 80 million euros our Kodano Hono Nesaka 120 no and I'm on Ebusa Nasikano Wahi Esansa Emsa Boy Baye Yenya Usera no Esuko Kukuraya Wamotana Emma Bobokua Yafarasa Madrid Abefa and Wache Bernardo Silva so womatana ama chesa Madrid aye club and also ama fana deba konso say womjiri abasasa be a Madrid abakono omotwen ama Barcelona ewura ho ewie ansana womonsom aba na Barca fana be kasa Madrid ashira na ebia transfer market no womoyesa Victor Munoz adiane kan ho wonim se Munoz no Madrid enim prefer say womonfa akoda na ma aye this season because omodene ba wonya bi mo but na chesa oma be yeso ya dene ba na chesa buyback clause and woman yama Liverpool and some afa want to akoda no na me no ka so many abre because latest our player ya for say Julian Alvarez do no and some and say Alvarez there still the message no baby agina unim sa Paris Saint-Germain ayam po sa woman bounce phone and so many Atletico mom din komo aman komo jene koso jaminya sa boy no our World Cup no at a signal and I said Jamal to go for say one on country be also about French league no and one country be also about Arsenal it one corner and continent and I let you corner so one mobium it yanya day also from my Barca into Adriana na FC Barcelona one more transfer player your friend Julian Alvarez ebeno and no and German second in South Catano one also must start now continue pass ayaje bi Argentina for no wo push say amon koda no awoso mo call aya big club Serbia after Leo Messi no am say wo mo so abanya ne kan say exposure no ene chese dia kan nyina na fe wo mo so competent akoda no maka so say tuatia wo bete onam kwan mu a wo tia no enso atopa na after some England enso ya Marcus Rashford about goal ebiem asamba sa akwada ne say one word so twen Barca o na Premier League ne de on peso obobo na Barca na onim se bia Barca ye ne nyoma ne nyina wia Barca be saba back amono Rashford asanya chance akọ Barcelona be duru ono wotiri ya Barca man for no ensom abete bo no so sansa wo be sa woto me obi amese mempa na say automatically only option dansa wo mo bete bo no som ariama Barca ente anano play latest no ensom so no one kasa will prioritize aye Barcelona and move no once again and no and some aye Marcus adia and also about Barca and point for say yen kama supporters and aye France ni nyina say left back wo mo beto biaba na João Cancelo ayobi anya ho and also obo and one say Cancelo so kra no wo mo nya making the move no permanent to nay when your Barca player biem na Jameson can say Wabra him say João Cancelo and be last season a true baby wababa 3 anima Barcelona no report amenya no say Barca for no share other options and woman tena ho ama Madrid abefa Kukuraya and some update ba na latest amensa can say man Kukuraya we and the first west wabra beto kasa wanya join bobokua ye fan say no aye chese Madrid no the first west anyway na Kukuraya say Real Madrid enso call ne baye wandwe hom ye no kura na wo na unya call na bia Jose fafam frau ema Jose ni dinkomo ka twa no say na ni benche so wono nom abaya adwuma na wo twa no say season no wo som be start here ema Jose at the plans awo said your born no be sia born how important wono so be adjama Jose system ni nyina no wo twetwe mu twa no nti according to Kuku abaso wo chasa wo da Jose say Jose adwen ho anu mo busa sa na se na obianu sanka bia Barcelona ananka obekona Barca no se Barca de obianu so nkora be wo kobo ho anu so what o ya koda no Barca but player bia ensom die so no say wo be bo e dia ma big team and you can big team enso anu and chese Real Madrid omo one of the big teams wo mo som awasase so ebiam kwa no wonum so Kukuraya eru so say ye kasa Madrid womum anaba no Champions League wom won toto na chasa boy no wo make reference to aye the 15 Champions League titles Madrid aje ewa bomu bisano Barcelona and some a question and to Kuku no was in your bia no opportunity so about Ediama Madrid into a buy no one whom you kra amena and some ayon come player your father so Kukuraya no and some aquakoti na manu kasa Enzo Fernandez adiano Joseph Pusio Basa said Florentino Perez menka the last time what tie marriage some at said ye nay why dem Jose Mourinho because I'm so players na wo mo bani nyina no ebeye under chesa manager no na recommendation and akwada we e work up na say na attention our Madrid or say Chelsea no one some MOBM because one muni Champions League and two wabaso okukona ne MOBM no ni dream club and some Real Madrid intana I was sent Madrid for no say Chelsea in table one so and Chelsea so say one more quarter free Benfica ba e manim sam wo bia no meka Chelsea for no boy and wo bia no say the am situation no and some that's dragging today so about 120 million pounds no mumra na mun kan yenti akora no de won some I ready say kwan bia so no oba pushi oba tiatua na abia kwan amacha so no anya chance abebo e di ama club e fa no Madrid and some I update abana Liverpool team no won so munya Victor Munoz e ma no pay ya de won komo no eba mo Jameson can say Liverpool for no yes almost nam baako bi ho na enye se de dinasi apie ama wadi kan tibie no na omo be so omo kire se de omo si fa aye Victor Munoz no aye sa kwan na so omo be fa e de announce another player na Liverpool fa no so de menya no se na obi am sanka boy we e be ko Newcastle se de the last time they be two dwan na me ti se omo so place call e de call boy ni camp and some World Cup na se no yes ya kwada no so hesitate kura Victor Munoz anyu humi enu krasa ne nankoko Newcastle ana Liverpool abadia ene entempa so Liverpool do no eno so eba so omo say boy no work ethic and what ayade say ne montomba wo our pitch no so impressive ebiem wo so kan kola no qualities our center is a low center of gravity and it say bia wo mo ta from ball ne ba wo tia so ne back at goal one tia so 9 hole and for ball show on bakum yenu yeze see you amani pentwamu akona no 1 year Liverpool for say a D na dia wo se say bia player kita ball na just forward line no say bankum say nifa say only the attack no just a juma akona no bona fei e samba no 1-on-1 kware na sa to di kura say bia wunie onie na mumie no kwa na ka 1v1 wo tu besi from say adi wo mo ya akona no say wunim na odi akopa bia na highlight ni bi show say sooner and okobo na no yama count was 40 million no Madrid at 20 million and number here na chasa Osasuna so for 20 and Liverpool there wo mo sem omanya player papa a chasa eno aye de free omo team no mo ensom adeba no so nchase wo mo Rio Stone no Jean Diomande wo mo ni abropa and Liverpool Sancho say wo mo center back na Jeremy Jacquet wo ba ayampa Giovanni Leoni Eric Kovabat Stone and Liverpool for no ebe center back dia ba Arsenal wo mo so and Bradley Bacola ediano Arsenal ke Liverpool Arsenal by etikwani ade MSN by me no kase no wonu se Jeminya no sa kodana ye fa no se Bacola manager ni dindi ateta so ni abrio chese manager be so ni akodan no ensom abana Newcastle die wo mo bu ofu na bufo no bufu kura fu kwa omo jiri e ba Liverpool na hijack aye Victor Munoz ensom adu no and to Newcastle for say wo mo pe Darwin Nunez ebiem wo mo sa pe Marcus Rashford wo mo mienu anana German san kan say Liverpool ebobo kwa fa say Newcastle omo ni abre ache so mo so mo den koda no mienu no ensom aba AC Milan Adrian Rabiot and Mike Maignan wo mo mienu wo mo so mo bo AC Milan biem ada so obi akọ nyana na no yara folio be ka se omobiem na ria onu so de serie kapo anya kura o Wontumi ntwimpo as a goalkeeper no ana Rabiot omomienu nyina so say wo mo yes wo ya no ma ka chos o ma kopa baya ebra wo de o de tofo ne ba na fa ya ka eyebo no ti folio kra de wo man ka cha no tetadeda sa won kopa 50 million euros amra wo mon je less than into burn ya way ye betie price omo som adebema Mike Maignan and Adrian Rabiot eno ensom update bana Roma for no onsa me be ka so mo say wo mo pe Mason Greenwood na Greenwood na aye Roma so do no and mete say Roma for say wamate say eye Marcel no wamo chire wamo brutana si omuni sika enti sikani a won say bia atwitwa wo na opeso oto so sa ne ombeto ahwo so pa enti omu pakwan bia so fanane before this month ending I was say wamo satimika eye Mason Greenwood na de ama Marcel tim no wamo so obese bo no omunya sika kase no maka chosa manyu our 40% stake and as our 40% and some our kwadane resale emu and until between 45 call just 50 million no woman some demand our brown common no yet emma yet for an pay and some our show so ya first na yam na metim common afi yam so saying yam cry ya ho de no dia kan ya yi and so diamond ya fancy this Wontumi TV digital satellite no and no answer yama WhatsApp line say no esom ana ba audio ana so ba video no about your video no wi anu for yama ayesa WhatsApp line number no 0203 68 2641 0203 682641 and no your WhatsApp line out there your video about fashion afe what you about.
Fancy.
Chairman, fancy your stubborn.
Oh, sponsor there. No any fancy.
Chairman.
Fancy. Chairman, you're strong.
Oh, yeah, that's so. You're buying in time we share because now what's your night chikakra?
Abada bi amhwemo. Adwuma no koso. Some share a year sports I work Ghana there. I can confidently confirm. Say Wontumi sports no and then number 1 just say star BRB and avoidable.
That's right.
Na tapuku baby o bia on samra so otomua
baby bishop e wo bia
baby bishop wo bia on samra
adwuma sisi
on samra adwuma
na so on two car okay to shama me say bishop atika awo tomo ba
na vini ekizizo akasa.
Oh nice.
Many ekizizo
Black Stars and now my dear also moye eno hon komo Steve na bibia okay there pede siribi pa bre but ye wo madwuma ne mra no
under 17 days no kra na say an ahwehwe
under 17 days na wonya adwuma na wonya adwuma already on as TV so you go to hwe we are what that open now here
it means say performance wa bro because that time no kra na sorry coffee next time
no on prepare on stories bia na jo
onye ne stories a oya adwuma bi obi ayi bia na
so kase won nantema me kase bia me nantema na se eno yo ho but me kase me nantema wo san ye bibi foforo entina ma nantema no na de aye hectic na ena ye hectic no ena ma de ne ye den
sa bro for
wetimi ahwe movie a won nantema wo ho obu so ye adwuma throughout the night obu ma bi adwuma wo the documents bi abafie e wo so wo ye sanipa no wo kase wa bra na se wa bre pa so the obe chef phone so na laptop so sa ya pon match one over that time ben one so about the stories time be
so call chairman house you know be an call
I said no make can
so make can
okay Matia
obende
okay
ba consider
by is bani
ba consider
ya na consider
chairman hono nyame nko na me call
ya call chairman you do be an call me kra na me feel say me share o dada from injury na me so o ya konkomu until day no me hu say free oni chama link ko doctor ni away no
so no say I some
na hu so say ya konkomu
ai meza na ho ye de
nyame adom ya na so e
already adom so ko chema won wan kra obia
moya
ukojo sika no wan kra obia
moya ka sase
nde
moya
amane ha
arobe zo cheze uni ha owe
me ni ase see anu me see me dream blaster onko me da so Black Star me di
the small fair na
me no muso Black
Star na jump pencil
because
jump pencil na fatal goalkeeper coach
there be me Carlos Queiroz
oh boss na mu
ai se marcado Sofia
ai
marcado Sofia la
marcado le se adwano
wo videos nem say abapa am say Sharak say on WhatsApp videos na abapa na ye beba so nti ye bre no so na wo say ye ba na ye be fa amanfo so adwenkyere kakra ye be fa be say ehwem later on the show enche bia ye be fa omom wo fi omo hwe va TV ne YouTube and Facebook na mo so modde de aba na nka be no ye Zoom ba me say Zoom ya na we no ayi no wachire kakra nti ye semo ai omom wa no nem sa amanfo so jo mani panti say ye ba fie street ye ba Black Star street because anyoma wom
and me only worry ya de bakope me ho on sana jono friend be 4 times or so but in between those calls no my friend bako awoshi or a very close member of this show a friend no say Ronaldo Ronaldo ye na so Ronaldo asemo de pass be can be breeze because under normal circumstances ya say Ronaldo say ko aye adwuma de awie eko I don't think as I saw be catch ya say afena Ronaldo achieve bibi obomu ansa na ya gene greatness na tom me catch na Oshinra those Ronaldo guys no so run home one was uncle Joseph move us me di Joseph chi Ronaldo mo na Saudi Arabia hono and he's worried for the fact say Ronaldo ehunu so right now ontumi nya the sort of Ronaldo no Messi ho yes ekwa be so le besi the same thing what no Ronaldo fans no so no entumi njintu da Messi better sin Ronaldo but on the score of the game me catch her she say it's say Ronaldo no edru da bia utimi ede boys no eba game no mu bi yo there's one thing about football ya na to the bia ye ntan kan ho asem ne bebre sa unim say na fans ay di ball chi spectators ni ade administrators coaches match referee ball by yo the show game but equally football so award the all share the free nipa ho what do you know pay yeah football so all the all share the free ya ho and you kwan the bia na share be free game. We always expect a lot, but the game also expect a lot from us. Right now, the game expect a lot from Ronaldo. But then Ronaldo bet me offer right now. And nothing like honorably, bet me a pushing who they sing chai. But I'm sure some Martinez in 2 minutes age David. Yeah, I doubt. Martinez
na me tie na em say Dimitar Berbatov na no say players who drew Ronaldo mo level no say we you coach now your selection now for say won here no our first level man you must underline do go to player no na chine mu say mema e win tina mema won start o kan wi a won wi o kan wi no obusan say odwen ho say na say osusu sen no say tie di onu Ronaldo no be san catch ro I was so in the flower man because the wire the game no and answer them want them bona upon no also this I respect a man into no coach na juma so a difficult on reply a coach in the bio post match says also pe go there you need the greatest goal scorer in football history in free game no more also pe go mo sana sabi nyansan bi anim mo Martinez no mas nyame me na me kan
but me bu be kire awoshi sa ben me bu so bi so sa fa Jordan ho me ka kire se Ronaldo akwakoye sa boa na o sa de okoye ase no o sa boa no ni di ne se boa o sa de okoye ase
ai Santrophy anoma ujana oja stade o fa no
sa Martinez e kan o pe goals the we are seeing a physical ball by and also goes to the so we found on fano Martinez is so we found for Musu not in Musu figuratively but me the baba sha because Ronaldo Omoa he doesn't offer speed, he doesn't offer sharpness, he doesn't connect to the rhythm of the members of the squad. Members in no rhythm bi wom and until Bruno Gina na chipe no. One of the games, I pass my comparison of Messi Baha, so I just want to leave it like that. But I saw Usman Dembele say all running behind Idrissa Gana Gueye. Idrissa boss position bay.
So on a ball 6 or uncle.
And a Dembele ball position bay.
On a ball 10.
The catcher on maybe say fisa football by junction you know a shiapa. Junction because it has to collide the DM and the number 10. Yeah, you think of Messi, you think of Casemiro. They have always been meeting. So, and Sekaya should share. Bibi game at this point. I think Ronaldo has to give us that sharpness, that connection with Bruno, but it doesn't happen. But over there in every team according to Martinez. Into a fan for Musu and I will just idea. I'm asking Portugal. We back gonna give us. We should give them a draw 2 near my 5 in the 2. And you man number 1 they say coach we say no animade say otuado a factual ekwami no so ye prepare the game no. That is principal preparation. And the year match no. Nani man prepare no e bia anto na the fofresi. Still you need to decode the AC no and come out with a solution. Coach we so our head eso to ado. But omumi no nyina concept is the same thing, defensive ideas. But defensive idea no we no about with the knowledge say on him opponent no na admit it. The love for Kamal Din Suleiman not chere me say why not just message deep number 2 speed because who Kamal as money sad no profile Kamal say on profile Kamal as a winger but Kamal be disappointing because money is a natural finisher. When you want to play behind the striker it means ade bi e be free out of form no e ye wo dia do ye hwehwema de no on paper ni sakwa because I remember de bi aye wonsa Kamal, you play close to the box. It means chances are also closer to you. How efficient, how prolific is Kamal?
Wontumi.
In a team that sits very deep. In a team that doesn't enjoy possession. In a team that doesn't boast of too many technical players. In a team that dwells on speed and directness. It means say chances any two you finish it two no, they are called protected. No. But one of our chances will go to the slowest attacker we have on the side. The slowest, you heard it. The other attacker is the poorest finisher. Put the two pictures together. Bako in transition was slow pa. The whole Hanoso Nimian side they should go. Put the two conversations together and tell me where your goal is coming from. And I'll tell you why the last 2 games, will go in the free enemy midfielders and all the Diabana. The last 2 games, goes in a pay. Shadrach Imame was a goal now, 2 attackers in a coach in the bomb, 4-4-1-1. 1 no Genechino, with Nim Sabinyansa and Disha go. The only Dino or Nimiansa or Nimrika no catch 1-1. And it's a one of can so deep or just near bullying and not from thereby breaking the attack. Catch one so dim recover conwa. But is that Rahim Sterling starting, or is it Peter Miduaka? Ubahumrika, Ubahu, but Wakabobo to actually. Our last 2 games, we've had 2 goals. Hold it here. Uncle Finfion.
Center circle in Chimua. Maybe almost start saying the attack in the free.
Now talking to only this picture, Jordan is our striker. Baby, I hold the enemy money by the drew on my video. Now, according to this picture, Jordan is the leader, the focal point of our team. Now play on. So watch Jordan's movement. Watch Jordan's movement. He is getting out of the picture. Now hold it here. Where's Jordan?
On my box more. Say nanka initial or per ball see Wontumi. Nah,
he couldn't match the speed of the ball holder. The ball holder wants us to go, and Jordan is out. Jordan's job is to drag the center back and to free the ball holder. Center back 4 and 5 for 4. No, to the bina a pass ball from center. Oh, running 4 and 5 for no so
do it.
Midfield no to be block on person be on center back no. On check his area no. Yeah, pass ball free center. Now attack no duplicate be twema ko defenders no so o block o. Or twetwa on amusa said be the defender me access to the ball or keeper no. Jordan's job on corner na me hold there na unprepared and Rasus go no and one more on corner. Watch Jordan. On the defender the Jordan's job is to occupy this guy. 2, the job is to occupy the Sahama guy na play line on. Obama guy na play on. Unfortunate for guy and corner guy in Musa on to create that space. But Jordan will move out of the picture because of the pace in a ball holder and the day banner. As Jordan free now thinking of that speed. Watch the speed of our goal yesterday. Your friend transitional speed. Yeah, sitting deep chances in time, man. Let's go. What's the family woman I say? I mean, 1-2. Oh, you 1-2 now a day.
Wontumi.
So he couldn't match Myanmar's speed or the carry ball. No? Then he had to move. Oh, sorry, we were free. Now we go back to where we were.
So,
watch the speed. We are thinking of seconds. Watch this.
Irinchi.
Yes.
Semenyo. Quick.
Look at how we engage the box. How many players are here?
4.
And 4, no, look at their positions. Both in the 6 and in the 12.
Yeah.
18 here. Land year 18. 6 in our occupation. I want to go to buy. But I touch this still that box engagement. But when the ball is with Jordan, he doesn't move with that speed, that team speed you want your attacker to move. So from this place to where the goal was scored, it's about 5 seconds. You can't recover your defense. Recover. We will not give you time to settle. Watch here. 3 strikers in our box. Watch the movement.
Any rebound be
yeah. Watch how they engage the spots. Steve Okasembi.
The first post, the second post, and middle.
More purely technical. I say guy when you photo he's learning the game. Prince Edu Kwabena stay occupy 18 to wait for the second ball. Never quite for the other end. We want that speed.
Wontumi.
Whenever we have the ball, whenever we have to go on that same speed level. And me share coach way style of play no. And imagine call Angola 2010 year style of play no.
Milovan
Rajevac.
See, unya one na.
Ye we Tetelestai. Okay, strikers and you use them.
Samojan. Kojo Samoa. Sama born and one no.
Upokwa Jima na no oboase no. You want dene or you quick. Enti yow watch this ball. Ahano Thomas Eja ball no 2 ma me san fa Kamal Dim raha. For Kamal Dim be she be Thomas one oba say situation we yama yi. And for best chance in yakra da bia yeka. What the chance we ma Kamal Dim baby Thomas Gina no. First of all, Shatsero si to ne boase. First of all, said we see told was a picky will be the one a day manual. Now, my men sound found boxing. Only sound 27 years to Ampahoa.
Yeah, say,
on a friend for Bono.
Yeah,
when Shabono, Samana Fred Bono. It's me name the Sir Thomas a feeding because I call the bread to come on and say, I can't say your fans and I say, you're not complaining. Some your call for the ball. Watch it, but I'll call 2 Ampaho and I'll to watch Semyon. What is this man picking the best place? Yeah. Of 2 pound.
Okay, connection.
But Shadrach is for Yankopon. This moment was for Calibirinchi. Shadrach and Famen call last 4 years edition. I call you know. When Inaki 2 pound, the day you never come born it too. The first person I targeted on Pano was Inaki. Baba Raman a far born the same movement to Abia. The same movement to Abia. The pattern is very similar. So 2022 the annual honma or the Mahobehu Baba Raman a fast ho and Nike LED say
game the
it has to it has to be this. It has to be this. It has Kudus in the buy. No, yeah. No, we need to 2 pound.
Guys, about could be. I couldn't say, baby, a Korea review. So that's all y'all want to be, so don't worry.
Yo, similar situation. Oh, ho, then the day you hold more. In a kid 2 1 away, some yo, I'm saying no, your chance on echo. But not Caleb. Caleb's energy, a call is for the young microphone being no kind of system player. I have seen Ghana as a nation. We don't lose the essence of our method, apart from Nancy and Asadi and Kokakra. But we've had the still sort of midfielders over the course of time. You can't say about dominating games. You dominate pa. You team ball. You in South Korea. You in South Korea. Until you didn't share a Kudus and a Sheguno. Yeah, who was the target for this ball?
Yeah. Inaki. I'm connection. And I Kudus can't.
The same thing. And I said, when you're free, I want your connection. Inaki. Kwaku. So, back to the game itself. adeɛ ma hwɛ o coach we ho pa ne sɛ so far backline we say deɛ Shadrack mama line up no backline we deɛ yaw ɛno na ɛbɛkɔ the next game no I think Ajete Jerome Poku Sinaya and Gideon Mensa and ɛbɛkɔ the next game no there's something about this backline a coach no pay say probio Ajete anyway no Jerome no and more the best balance balance as in calmness and aggression calmness and aggression. I'm not talking of confidence or nervousness or whatever, but Ajete no in his day training grounds or her attackers, the coaches I've seen say we aggressive or to me shoulder to shoulder Ajete no what they want him to do let's say be more confident but confidence in training you bet me a career system Rafael de so the same backline you had 5 no ade o dizigi kan ho rules. Talking about 2-man midfield, the imagine chairman so they say coach no able to Thomas Partey beba. On the caliber me and as I say no on the ball the double pivot 1 and 2 no
against England
okay Thomas Bar on the caliber the ball. It will surprise me a lot to see something very different. My free Thomas and the caliber no nyam watch na no say na yanko board no so no I have a lot of data from
Black Stars said this week was seen next week.
Yes. Now when so no me de bema Isahaku and Semenyo.
Yeah. Now when about 10.
Now on say team na 10 na dey me twa 10 num. Me ye no second striker kind of.
Brandon Asante na me start my
Thomas Mebo nyina Jordan achi. On say just for the Jordan
also. The interview me be sound say sorry to cut you but me feel say very important.
Na be say treat me be Jordan ho ntimi refi kra kai me.
Okay. The interview me be say na say Brandon mo de no game na ye bon say anka Panama she di country go a yintimi nya come back. And asan ki yintimi restore parity. Meaning said they make an what say
so on
you keep it clean sheet and do mo call ya na ma was do baby so we are second half especially not Panama for no crab bone a Johnny mean to say the normal day may first half no and my go ni buy so England be no munya enra ka first half and we were doomed there was no way I'll bet me at talker so see a kubo England near New Zealand Arsenal na preko and ye she goes we then he be defend ya so be it. Meaning so one main adwin there.
Number 1, you know
so we baby or Jordan.
Yeah, and then I make say you share problem we. The problem is that your coach actually say up the 2-man method concept on P3. 350 defensive idea bia. They stay on the ball. When you 2 no you can also be more direct because when you 2 wingers and you 2 strikers. And to amaya unu say 2 ne there obeko. Yeah, so go for 2-man method none of the positions in a fit Niamau. But what you say? Or cover 2-man midfielder. None of pivot 1 and 2 don't fit in Niama. And our call wins also swa. Or call wins also swa. Do you really think say walk up our shay? Looking at season Isahaku boy. Niama injury lay off. Our call ya walk up ya feno yaw. Going into the England game no. With baby Isahaku Bobo, baby Niama Bobo, all of that put together. Over far Niama ahead of Isahaku all right. Me the flanks and England for boys too no. Isahaku and Niama Semenyo. O me no be do be fa. Na me de Thomas aka caliber ho mfimfin say. Pattern America. Na top no me mo 10 bia enti Niama de obekọ.
So top no beka 2.
Beka 2. Me here Jordan of field so. Not for Sani man make kan no dey me pede Jordan. He has to improve his speed.
So for them
for leadership you team a very young do. Semenyo is not that guy. Semenyo is not that guy. He's not that guy who can really say everybody follow me. What is that Semenyo cry no? Could you game where you feel Kudu's presence and say Semenyo?
Yeah.
No Semenyo.
Game winner.
Semenyo see form. Look, so me top 2 there. Me the speed in Nuntia Jordan and Famino, me the Thomas Rabbit Jordan Echi. but for Jordan leadership in the figure there yaw me nyini free team except me njai so kan je ma hu afa the game no obia hu so ja boss ne sa ne man we've seen
so saying slow game ne bi won
at some point no be call 17 ne yi na free mu because captain so no ni modu
ya lose ya
World Cup mu ni modu I get this what can say bi wa na me de o say hwe yo ball na ehu me the be am kase me tro say ade bia esi o Sunday special mu no esi true to the World Cup stage Sunday special en cheche babe am obi enidi the ocha babe na tem
I know there
na yen to kokura na to aso kwa o man ya bia am minutes so ne sare man but the level keeps changing share Jordan I'm telling you the figure no do or field no so and he has a way of communicating to the other guys 10% a flyer against England. Oh no, he's a big boy. You need him.
So only the simple things in my
simple thing will come. I think on one.
You can win. Yako Saravika 2010. Stephen Appiah was the leader, captain, not bench.
Na squad nanyini. Na squad we nyini.
He's missing a very valid point.
Na squad we na squad near matured. We no aya frefra. Ya squad we frefra mo.
And Obianga against Jordan qualities.
Yes, of course.
He's the most experienced amongst young boys.
But what you say team frefra.
So what we leader no? By example. So what do you say be as someone musu nya bono mu gina so e? Obetimi aka.
Yeah, do ke minim sagana ni bia no be jechinya. But I'm telling you, sir.
And what sa break nya yi. I di ku. Boys mo 1-2 pa 1 pa.
What do you check boys na wa attacking? America for nko. That yeah, still.
One key area. Oh, me say what can I agree with you. Maka said Jordan, he's very important to the Blaster setup because
no two ways about
the goal involvement I will qualify naturally. But Oka said Jordan, idea it has been part of the profile. And we're this in 34. At that moment, Wontumi Sesam BBS say he has been programmed to play that way. And to tell you so best within 5 days or 4 days to the next game intimate. But rather I think say it is also a blessing if Oko bench na names here okay ebwa because your attack in Ekutano you can compare it to any of the elite attacks in the world in terms of almost speed anyhow mobile they are. Your team are endowed with so much quality. So when you're a very solid defensive partner, ball no once there, then you need an attacker, yes, swift. Bet my interchange position. Because maybe I go to buy. Brandon was or the game no call far to the left.
You're in Chikra, they can call defensive duties.
Or
bully mid shoulder.
Sure.
Or Jim Mujama Semenyo.
Yes.
Semenyo down one.
One control ball.
If you can see ball for ball the Casibone FO. And as Semenyo by Calibre yelling, say, I'm a pim.
That is true.
Sibone ever for one. And a Calibre is an offer. But to him say because Sibo fire.
Kebesan say
slow. When you fire,
it's about the mentality, maturity. New has got nothing to do with age.
If you are good
enough, you
are old
enough. Time substitution board on the Nesha boy and the confidence. You are a coach. Speak to me. Drowned on a bum. Because we are Bob Black Stars.
No, the energy of the far line. Oh, you so like a fool.
And then I born here 50-50. I was like Brandon America, beating me up Quaja, the opponent. Guy the best or best slide. So to me, Bob and us, no. Who drew boxing when a composure 1 hour walking. It's a now about lead fine. Said the end call Cabani and da Jikumone. One you could see. What is Anka Jordan Swami be?
Any center backs.
No one is against Jordan. Fantastic. Only to make it up on now by say. We are the SRO. And now say highlight by Kubo Ma on it Semenyo ball. War pass be. It was either of a boss Semenyo through and go. And that's what they fought the opponent in Chamama Semenyo Kakofa.
Yeah, nice combo. But output number.
England and dear bra. Wait, Madu can Mona Bukosaka bar a problem. No, Konsa, moi, my gay, and if you bench by
Wemokrano, almost so weakness be break the Croatia for no. Miss Many chances.
Catcher say. Media Missouri Panama, some come from last week.
On the mere chances.
The cat was saying England and Croatia giving me through because you know, boss our Premier League born. But say Americano, say Nipano, set off, no one for born a manoa, and essay. And I require my look fast when I pronounce my England. Hurricane would drop it but deep.
No, so if attacking in speed, France attack a speed. Also, Spain a little de la me, Nico, speed me careful by. Attacking will be at the speed. But he has something very different the game also require. He has something very different the game also needs. He attack na ya frefra. So who will be a waka more or present your identity or no more kasa in a way yeah, it works a lot on the field when you have somebody or you come ahead. Our field this one. We play a crab bit me boy for kokabia chair referee bit me akano. Na camera and capture my that aspect of the micro detail of the game.
Game now. New.
Wontumi.
Your problem. I know the man can mesa.
Yes, yeah.
You see, 2019 AFCON, the last one of qualifier, na against Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Omekai. If you get na down say, the team Wednesday, na match a Sunday. On the day now, I'm say, AU4 year meeting be Ethiopia also the then president and other than Kokufaro day before the game, Ebesra boys more. And it's in Jordan shares out 2 goals. Go back and check Ghana Ethiopia 2019 last round of qualifier to AFCON. Me say ball or bonus I don't know. So sometimes you do a beer and then 1 and you 2. 2014 against Germany. Similar, na born ye 2-2. Ye last one of counter was raw. As a mojan ye. Ye was simple one to me in Canina. Nebi be on the Bekwakuno or Babeka. Yes, and say, born unimbo. Your may be away. Intina de respect amount. It drew when it was so Jim. As simple as ABC.
Yo, my auntie wa oni pa kobichi. Blog or tissue.
Kobichi. Oye Juma, Namin because you'll be a quite a Benyakuma Pasa.
Yes,
Manaso Crumano.
Of course. Before the game, during the game, and the afterthought, 3 different things altogether. But one thing remains. And then I can say about before, during, and after. Say, you can only be hopeful about this Black Stars team, but manage your expectations. You can only be hopeful. It means a man for na born a boy and no friend about England and common and come off. You can only be hopeful, but manage your expectations. The intina me know this uncommon and the factor in before, during, and after. Before the game, yeah, ne nyina per day Coach Carlos Queiroz by in terms of the starting lineup. When any coach is going into a game like that, when one friendly game about at the competitive level, he could choose in 2 ways. 1, maintain team with your ball, rules friendly match. No adjusting it too heavy. Then number 2, you will play on the emotional attachment, the mechanic and runner. As the bare foundation said, the bare team no go into the game. If nothing really works for them, the passion and your emotional attachment towards the fans in our stadium, they will play well. The bedrock of every single nation that has come to this World Cup is to wear the crest of the nation on their heart. If the coach be or bypasses Sadi and Biano, a basa may question ability to coach the team. It Carlos Queiroz after the game. But see, we needed to make sacrifices. We needed to suffer together. You are playing for a set of people. You need to come together and suffer for them. So before the game, these 2 key things Nana may expect it. I think the first one was already done. The first one was already done because videos are not me players in the training or mobile sensed only one thing. Say the emotional attachment to the Ghanaian fans and the Ghanaian community and the whole nation as a whole was there. But maybe I may wonder the starting lineup. The back 5. I'll put you into the team. The shape of fire in terms of the attacking quartet, the double pivot in the absence of Thomas Partey. This is the first time in a top competitive game at the world level, the back five able together. It is a good team and another player. Now, bisa questions na ana team no na omubo ne na nyefa. This is the first time at the World Cup level, the back five able together.
The biggest of stages.
The biggest of stages. Number two, this is the first time your double pivot able together at the world stage. The last time we played the World Cup, Omomo boy a double pivot, and Thomas Partey, and Salis. Even for the qualifiers, Elisha and Partey Bogara. Then from there, Enobano, your both subsequent qualifiers, there was not a single one of them under Otuado, Calibrenchi, and Elisha able together in the middle of the pack. It would the World Cup stage in the Kraton chair. This was the first time in a top game, official game, Calibrenchi and Elisha able together in the middle of the pack. Then the attacking quartet. And Otuado, you want a Kamadin was an omatenda. And as you know, Manu ACL, or tonight future, I feel now. So, a new four no, a mutu, and our bomb move together for a long period of time. Antoine Semenyo. Any Jordan are you? Nemo Moka phone in our boom. So, for when you started game the Amagana, Minkai the last time as our phone started the Maya. So, before the match, this starting lineup signify only one thing. So, one, the coach has been consistent with Tima at least, or the World game no, as friendly. Going into the World Cup, when your friendly matches be it will be rely on them. And another thing is say, not team no ebe break from lack of cohesion, any coordination, especially with most of these players at the top level. I feel no more day, or more bomb. It's a basse now the Korea game ni moi. Yaw, baby, I be pass a bit my work the amount the defensive solidarity I'll be expecting from your team. In terms of their character, in terms of off the ball, and in terms of reasoning with how they move quickly into transitions. So people are questioning, the entire first half, no, yebo game na na is a Carlos Queiroz team no yaw, omu defendi bebrebe sa. Obi a on share then ni team no yaw, obe rely say obe compact. Or the best they did not to concede. But I must say, this is one of the best performances I've seen from the back five of the Ghana national team in the last
8 matches.
2 to 3. No, even the last 2 to 3 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about this game in particular. This is one of the best performances I've seen. Obeka say Panama, yes, Panama. You who other teams so much sure they fumbled. But there's a reason why I'm saying the media making. Because before we went to the World Cup in the crowd, we saw what happened. And crosses now near defending against South Korea the World Cup. You would understand.
They dealt with those crosses.
The reason I'm saying this is one of the best performances is that these are two players who have come under huge scrutiny in terms of assessing them. And people questioned the quality of Jerome Opoku. So yeah, they saw me and my name more. More. Then Jonah Jete, Echo Ball, Germany, New Austria. Total disaster. Now to come to the world stage at that level, then plus Atizigi, who have also suffered the level of criticism after the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. Then what we Gideon Mensah man for G2 new team man warning says give my Yakubu or her far post. New team man warning says Gideon her what you Gideon her Nyamo cross and so
new team common in our so
what he has here.
What
did they Then Marvin Senna the ball only one game. So you needed the back five. Any good coach what caught into the game on said that name the team. No, Carlos Queiroz doesn't really know his team. Let's put it on record. Because we're spending only like 60 days with this team. He doesn't really know. I feel on no team anymore. And it will come through games. So there class catch us psychology. Will be sometimes on the job. That is when you realize the real character of people. Sometimes off the job, that is when you realize the real character of people. It will teacher ni na kase chirade ni hunu student ya de to de bia hunu. Sometimes we obe school they react to class ni bia che ni subai. Sometimes they will confuse so obe no and also chire ni subai. So I feel na coach ni players we matena say etna camp for a long period of time. So he will know what they do when they are not playing, what they will do when they are playing. You only rely on your defense. And I must say, I'm disappointed coach, you know. Carlos Cruz or Tofi Bitoa and our Flower Bitoa on Thomas are back 5, you know. Because team are on said them there. Defensive, how you are going to be compact is very important. And they delivered in the first half. So what was about slow in the first half? This is a team that lacks cohesion. This is a team that lacks coordination. This is a team I feel a lot of partnership. It's the only thing the coach could rely on in the defense.
So very normal. Say
normal. Say
right from the blast of the verse.
These things will happen. Nervousness. Calibrating one first walk. Yellow card.
Yeah. And also me post say na make catch new
these things happen.
And when me post say I feel nanke be here fresh legs. I was saying pivot because of Irinchi yellow no. Because the least mistake obedi second into a samba ball the entire second half. San left it up the game no. And open me ban and be born abaso.
Yeah, until I say
because player for Bianco be very as a or try cautiously was rose or but also was side different.
So the before no na me no we di ho komo no. Carlos Cruz and Yadio Perry. Now it's about understanding how Panama set up their team. Now, no more 2 players beyond no 100. Padrande, any Martinez, no. Then I think there was one guy Waterman. Now for the Martinez, he offered a level of intensity, pressing, strength. Now for Panama, Omo rely on their wing backs and the athleticism and the physical stature of Omo players. Technically, Omuniho. They know some Mokas Omo the ball from the Ghana bar. They will literally be passing among themselves. How Carlos Cruz will react after knowing Sanyoma winning was the most important aspect of the game for me. Now, the momentum map Biama Shadrach. That is why you understand Carlos Cruz really learns and who the warrior. Game no after the 60th minute, Ghana started coming into the game. Panama and first changes. Sam Martinez in the 63rd minute. It is all a momentum map now. We only say free the 60th minute or Ghana the anymore bigger because a threat be now no more the other hand side. We see no quite. And Shedera not also said the position. This is very. Thank you very much. So now let's look at the momentum, match momentum. Check it from the 60th Neko. Also the 61st, 62nd. Now check it Ghana map no after the 63rd.
And then now Bass ni Pijankasa.
It is because Omunu Panama strength. Omunu say Omu we free mo Omu bechire Omu. So I'll capitalize on it. This is what good coaches do. Now for calibrating, Chubeka say yellow card near there. No. You identify the strength of the player, then you work around it. Defensively. Or check the statistics of calibrating in the game. Not the tackles, ground duels, he did not win much. Because even in the total game, calibrating no averaging at around 50% in terms of ground duels won. As compared to a bit to say Elisha. And not all cover a lot of grounds attacking the man. So it's about finding the right balance between the qualities of Calibrichi and between their complementing Elisha. Calib be a good carrier of the ball, proper ball progressor, or your typical box to box. The greatest quality is sometimes get him closer to the goalpost and an attacking third because of the ability to keep possession, drive the ball enough, hit 1-2 layoffs, and not completely 100% layoffs in the game. Or checking the passes, or checking the accurate passes are, and then I'm 70%, 80%, 90% because he did so well. Passes into the final third, and then I'm around 97%. It shows you the kind of quality a Calibrin Chidane in terms of attacking. It play be say you complement him with somebody. That is why I was proud of the substitution of Sibo. Now very good. This is Calibrin. Now look at the zones are occupy. Look at the zones. Say o check it yeah. The final third no, and the blue no baby are not the name no share. You dey new thing as new. Let's have this conversation. I would love to invite you in. Now this is for Calibrinchi. In terms of the goals 1, shot on target 0, shots on target 3. O checking the take ons at 3. Nina is successful. So first one here offensive actions. First one graph no. Yeah, quite anymore way. Okay. Second graph ni defensive actions. Se ball ni nsemo a oye de. Third one ni touches and pass receiving points. baby or the Nike car ball any baby a prepare ball on a pass a day at the man. Now for the offensive actions, o check blue ni a progressive passes. Blue back with more to tranket to say I remove breaking near progressive carry. O check a violet near key passes. Green no air assist. And Sana black no air successful passes. Now look at baby another passes in a con. A con on your be or both sideway passes. That is one significant thing you need in your midfielder. So be enough akona Obama na honkwa. Now you look at the black ni na ya either diagonal or straight or enough akomo chinchin. Then you look at the carries, then you look at maybe original ball passes. No, you would understand that this is a player that was meant for this game. And you change him. Now what then no, and you change him. So you rely on it. Then you look at the defense. Tackle on say 0. O check ball recoveries are 9. O check interceptions are 3. Passes block 0. Shots block 1. Dribbles pass ya twene baako.
Tackle no only 1. No kodi yellow no. Unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. No kodi yellow no. But o check the ball recoveries are because of our box to box no. Ye lusu ball also dream he can beje ball ni bi. He was splendid in that role.
Overall, no say yeah. O share the start ya Messiah de buy ya. What it does say, ne say first field now I say no. Whenever he has about left, you know. Okay. Whenever he has about actions are so it be a progressive pass. Progressive pass. A pass. Our pass a free 30-meter distance or more. Or passing a 20-meter distance and progressive. It doesn't progress the chances of the ball. But progressive pass, technically, is a pass from 30 meters or more. It will share arrow blue no and then and over blue no so one finfina na Messiah no and blue no error recoveries. Recovery nature say true or no Ghana saka ball. Now apart from so what areas and once spread. Look at the spread.
O defend it offensively and defensively.
Maybe on Nambiano through him born to be Bagana ho or Ghana half through him or J4 or share the other half for GB. He moves around the entirety of the field. It defends the natural box to box midfielder. Where you money be the other half. Now I be ha. What who stand your way as a nation no and na me problem no. For sure, Mr. Thomas Partey, next AFCON want to be in Koboma said you pay.
Yes.
So you start looking for partners for this guy.
Yeah.
And I think the money they try Sibo. Sibo Ebeboye pa the physical levels he brought to the game. By now, what a 9-4 na GT and Jerome Opoku.
Or some ball mabaso. You two center backs no.
Brilliant.
Or some ball mabaso.
Brilliant. For Jonah, how to attack
Jerome Opoku there. I'm not surprised.
Oh, Debbie. Yeah.
Obi on both day in day out.
Debbie.
I want Turkey.
Newcastle is surprised. But for Jonah JT, where it surprised me is the ability to attack both boxes. Yeah, or defend ya born by remote me pim. Yeah, boss set piece our bear threat. Because after Jiku, we're asking legitimate questions. When a bit me attack is a ball cross and I say corner. Now look at the two balls no pim. What a brilliant performance from the two centre back. By now, going forward. This is a team that is still young. This is a team that is still adjusting. But I think for the coach, you can trust in the substitutions. The greatest strength of this team is in transition, not to possess. The greatest strength of this Black Stars team is yet to possess in transitions. And getting the attacking quartet on the field of my transition world, the amount is important. I think the last few minutes we got to try. But Kakrebi on Brandon Thomas, me realize in your mom you know. You both through pass in the man, the first touch. Yow, Obia when you're training with baby, our walk bo munyansan. You see, we tend to underrate the smallest things. Shadrach being a video, that is the only thing. I want us to appreciate that brilliance. And then the one I say no. Obia when your experience be able to walk straight. Because personal, your bottle and the opportunity so be go straight. Then no enlarging the body na back. They said the other corner line or no about cross to the far post. It pass near the man. Say Shadrach being a video na I beg him pa. Your ball now, yeah, Black Stars go. Yes, it you do baby as a man ball pass now. So no ni. She baby as a man the pass in the toe ye. Aha, passing here. You see, baby a ball ne buy a bar down say no. Obia be was so ko ball line akọ cross it. She baby na ball ne ko.
but san kan wo mu.
You see, the body posture. Body posture is very important. You might underrate these little details. But when anybody ni mo amasa kontimi wo bo ne fa akoda no. Then okojina penalty box, that is the second thing. Yaw, ojina ha ya. Hwe ball no ohunu se runners na eba. O ma power be mo a. The likelihood say runner ni share ball na ball ni betima fa soro high. O body bebre so the likelihood say ball ni betima atwam no. E was the first half for Bobby Jordan atwam. Obekaya. So now you wait 5 seconds. Is the patience for me? Play or wabotre. It takes a level to have that patience. Then when we say once the Caleb the ball kromu pijayo. So imagine senka power wo mark be fine. Yow, Brandon Thomas Asante. That was such an intelligent and a striker move or a forward move to get Ghana that chance to score.
And now omawi aka the way mu and na so and the door so. Steve.
Yeah. Let us say. First of all, Mami more coaches in Abaso for defensive setup.
Yes.
It showed clearly say this is a team coaches in a year Juma in terms of the very details of who to choose for which position. And a Juma was on here. And Newton a feel of what you expect from the Panama team.
News my more about so pede asem de ho no one can fancy e na de no abekire ye hu a Kabaristan ko bi cross and message yaba eno a wo kase e kono purely Panama of features have video exercise na wo me ye na eno ano de wo kire ye no Panama fo no bom ho wa kire wa no masoma de ato e backline e chiudi kan see me focus enko ye backline e china boss ne de e be drop yo ho na Osama ye share omo friendly games no mabo na they very identical omo ye no training no mabe no game no mo so den ampe no mo si bam ye mranti pa Panama fo ana mo ye de adwuma ya bo mo holding too much but agite and Jerome at a point mo se born no mo soma me ba waterman no e bia Jerome na she na se a na agite na ide ehuri
o mi no ntwe na zigi.
What you say? And our boys in a year, my mom was into your more basso. Come say a koi. They are right.
Yeah. So Newton did a very good job. A preview ama viewers know any idea of intimate sure so be a follow game no share batch maybe. Now what would you said this was what was going to happen. Coaches in a idea, especially with Ajite, I've been very critical of Ajite, but the name Bonabaso.
No.
For the performance.
Well, credit is due.
Yeah, Oputi up. Now, Jerome provided not the area superiority, but calmness, even under pressure, which is a positive thing. That said, I feel the next game may a different thinking, and I would want to trust the technical team for a Juma Omayewo match with the defensive setup. But where the defense got something wrong, it was early part in the first. That incident could have resulted in a penalty. Say aerially they were good. A bad strength now. Ajete was always ready, so baby no akoji wakle ball, which he did very well. But when Omobo a penetrative pass, Omanko long ball no, you problem kakra, and that has been the idea I have blasters. Oshe Wales game no, Oshe Austria game, Germany game now. We may be having numbers, but your ball far down, yeah, now, I think coaches in the idea with the defensive organization and then personnel, but they took a gamble in terms of our offensive approach. It was a gamble, and then they say, your players be what so what ben coaches are cha. Or more, tembi and more dada coaches in them. Our training grounds. Obetimama a very explosive run. Asha wonderful goals. We be think is now a fact. This is the right player for the situation. And no be na Kamara didn't hear me. But I know before the game, no, now to criticize Carlos Queiroz, never very unfair because another game to watch all using in a similar position. It is all because Kamara didn't boy as a second striker into criticize you will be unfair. But the modern ball on the day no HSA. the technical team also got something wrong, which happens to coaches. Coaches in AC player be bet me a fine ball be no matter the Obiabeka, you would want to stick with the player. Minim said na dwene musa na see and or they come out in Ekoye. In the first half, our offensive setup no amfa bibi amre. Niama TV. The only positive thing in the first half was some of your ball through pass we could do Niama, but when to me anya return pass me. That was the only positive thing we did in terms of our offensive approach, which I think now anya the best. But your wingers also and contribute to be BR in the first half. Game move it to wingers. And they so your coach. Now why do you say you're possessive coach? You need to revise your notes. And for one GBBR. At the end of the possession, Barcelona more they are successful. It comes in moments in the current game I able. And in tin and nay, Pep Guardiola crashes and Kofasa and Yoduku. So the end mainly based on possession. And no being a Spain Cobo against Cabo Verde. They will allow you have the square passes. You circulate it around. But won't mean any penetration. So wingers now are contributing. But another thumbs up to the technical team. I went to change who? At what point? And coach ni bold. I feel now say Jordan back earlier, but even the time we change me support Jordan on any day. But say okay, I am on the same page with you. Football no I could do level be I was a young Kofaba those that are attacking. We refer to Apia, ACM, Muntai, Lai because they had that friendly connection. Jordan now be content crow in the midst of youngsters. Inti more non-verbal communication be a youngsters in the bay a game no a flow. Which is very good. Now Jordan free mono. He is a blessing but still a headache. Or a player be a coach be or betting it in watch it.
And a Newcastle Central Fiano man.
But also into game no flowy. And me blame Jordan at Leicester one shadanya the best of seasons. Minutes no boy our form ni age a caution. But football as I say it's about speedsters. Any wingers a bekati in ashe. When himself for more than a month and my advocate say me Blasters 11 BR Newton may say I would always play Brandon Thomas Asante because he reminds me of Razak Bimpom. But when in ball no botchen Bimpom. Our holding our pace. Now Messiah here about go no a time. Yeah, chair with training grounds. The player or intelligent, or my coach will do easy man. You run into that space. Oduru honomo mai afena. Yes,
so tono boase.
Oko training grounds.
Obi anko be press on mo ko boase.
Aya coach Prosper Kase was a football is a repetitive action.
The BAC.
Yes. BAC no one be see. Inti say players that and your manasia I was say some who say was me call first post. We be jira middle. Now we call last post. So Caleb no I call last post. Caleb no ni bobo. Me sure so a virgin. The waiter of boss to boss ever ne recovery
or a virgin
at 20 years and waji a yellow card our opening minutes of the game,
the first match in the World Cup.
Yes, he should be scared. Every other tackle will be obekobi.
I said, "You make kind of mistake."
Dabi,
sani bi amfu say, what the yellow card na? Ono so na de bi e kase e mane mo ye ni da no so nti. Krofo no so ball no. The least mistake obedi red.
Yeah.
Na Miss Romano. But for Irenchi, call local room, samba back. Samba pejani game ni mu. Nyeze bi ana on tackle bi mo.
Yeah.
Bobo no mesa no pa me ka say wa make Ghana for proud. One. Wa make you on one kasa no was a player proud. Two. And wa make na busuan for. That is why I nra na bichimo ya so ne maame anase ya so ne papa amana ma meje ne samba
only mistake
apane no do be da papa me so kwa say no mutimi die
only problem I am many African many African journalists
Wontumi
yeah so lazy we always want to feed on the stories of their foreign media na enso ya pejam gidigidi once you wie near ball Moroccan player needing but their caliber here no I do not think say Moroccan player no better than their caliber here but we don't carry our own story we want somebody to project something for us to have a conversation. That is why I don't like most of African journalists. Caliber Juma na oye no I know say by now scouts be breeding a cheap.
Oh no jalan ho de Sam Yonka ho Caliber no kwa say before na no ya say bi kra be tire say mo ha am say mo dey ese mo yi Caleb after World Cup na no match no kwa na ton na we dey market on the wall
minya ya na yenye careful not the career part of Hubejo so be discipline any dogly yen fan as a national program
player no so there be a new thing can answer
yen form meka boy we ho
each dogly no
and Hubejo
on all lions no
if this boy
Hubert Jewu
on be discipline no one who say born and person me born ti was say me jai born kitten ni nyina gu ha they will go far but adia me Bob Blasters abaso pa our game we mu nyina no I dear friend say resilience and the persistence say adia ni wie let's push one more and we mo push ya echo result so as I say the resilience of the team ni players and they say you believe say we can do it because changes in a buy you know as a sad game no yen any dictate how the game should flow that is a mark of a good coach or technical team they are able to read the game so at any point when I was here never I didn't never we mra on stabilize we player we no the first touch nye into when mra no nye close proximity or touch a few distance or winning possession we mra because we break the fine details in the game no when him say coaches be one the players a cock game more to make say we no temperament nye to no na make cancel
did not tell yes can you referee into na nche na mfu
Ebenezer Dan ne Matarazzi ano so Blasters na show resilient that is not to say team no ayeye mijitum say baby ejina no yenye the Blasters of old but me can be a month ago say I was see a Milo like approach to the World Cup because players need more ho sa and you need the best of form so your compatriot on the continent of Africa, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Morocco, quality no more ye nibi. Name ya wadie be a tournament or qua you can approach it with I beko yama. And then they say we should seal all holes at our defense. You see the runs. That is why I make because in 2010, okay, I wanna know more obo Pukwajima, near Okoja Samoa, you want Tonianan, you Ajiman Bedu, and as Samoa Jam Pet. And that top. So go and check the goals I share. Send from a corner kicker, a Koja Samoaji and long ball. And Kojo at that tournament, you know, Nini Kwanse or Tenisha baby at Samoajina. On him the weight of pass. No? Into any day, I was say you caught the Milo way. Yamfasa approach now, but kudos to the technical team for the fact that we changes a effective game near who's now we are a bit fluid with our passes Sunny Ebobono. Sanaya are impressing me so much because Abia the game no
first game
world stage no and then
I know give you mention so beginning but no dey I say Bonaba
also na Nkameba
yeah be Bona ona na Nkaba so
in all the games our bobo for Blaster
did you home
when the man say tactically or your discipline
on the starting ball Bon on the starting
only nyan with the ball
ebi mo pikin me
and also ye adwuma pa because okay omo Panama for no nya one chance be one slide anko man one clear opportunity at go but slide yen na nipa no kwa nso bi boy be block it
why because sometimes your players be our game no more yaw this all man competition I was through So has will be Tinechi, no, also equally because of Babarama, and also in a way,
when I started born,
influence in the performance. So, say, Kianfa point now, and Yanfa point now, a different story altogether. Because how then do we go up and lace up against England and Croatia? So, yes, sir, almost show resilience in the game. Say, no matter what, they are in for the 3 points. And look at the reaction from. But I know I'm a man of the match, you know. Budweiser for you Omodie. But I think maybe Brandon Thomas Asante. And there's no way I was on a bench in the second game against England.
We all day Coventry are qualified on Frank Lampard. What Premier League Championship? No board didn't crash in Premier League.
Yeah, because of
Championship no more ball. No board didn't crash.
Games.
That's why the most expensive playoff no.
42 games.
Me say because of our love for the Premier League in the other leagues, you know, it is sometimes difficult to watch the Championship. But Thomas Brandon Asante, me shine 10 games.
Why are they?
I wore Coventry
on a Lampard
as a sub anytime. There are games we or Mulu so Obemwa, and for so no win penalty. He was that key player. He's very good. He's very good.
Premier League more.
Yes, he's very good. And may we still
your English boys will be also squad with English boys against England.
So Semenyo, England for to mean Brandon Asante say Jordan na ye can some cry captain no England for to mean Jordan or more Crystal Palace. I'm a ball less than the Premier League. How many years? Jordan say wake us or fit we are now we are Manaka because on discipline. But Obay Hana, yeah, I don't because I know man Jordan here in the club side in Nano. Who feels the international coach we have for the Jordan or the Premier League. I'm only Chelsea match back. We don't say Crystal Palace. Was it about 2 seasons or base? We never be far right. When I'm saying Koyo your Baba across here or born in a bar. But what we are saying is Capito. Yet Judin. Yankas oh Nadia. Them.
Yeah, it shouldn't be about personal glory.
Born or bar me because when him born a bo.
The liveliness of company in our main Brandon Asante.
Yeah, but more videos
now. At this day, me patch over Ghana for Mutiano pay yesremo. Caleb or a precious jewel. And ne on the hour Bonifa will be a bonabaso.
Still so a virgin. I'm so no.
You see, he is young. Fatu he will make mistakes.
David.
He will make mistakes. Yeah, obey mistakes. Ebia one game be krobeti ma koche ball.
When dey ho.
Yes remo. Le pamocho.
Munti.
Yes remo. You see, we don't know how to protect young talents.
And I said no.
We don't know how to protect young talents. Yes, sir.
Because football, I don't look at Modric. I don't look at Modric, the most experienced amongst Croatia's squad, you know. I know you're penalty, no.
I don't go to war for young talents, but young talent way. Yeah, brands and Yenyabios. We will go to war for him.
Second half, I was Modric. Bring better bench.
Me who Modric, yeah, in every why you do that?
There's a man should have man a chance for be your bagana for see. Hey, why me your bench too?
Only say player be who substitution in the career. We won't check his ID. Say, oh boy, Sibra. So,
obey that friend.
Your time friend. Obi ni o career.
Kapa na Mario service CPO se ni pie.
Martinez.
Oh, Martinez is all.
Modric show.
Yeah, ba videos.
Yeah, Modric show we na oba nche no. Nan ho am bobokra.
So consider
penalty no.
Wabama goalkeeper so yes, goalkeeper so pray.
Na
if line so ye dey.
Na share so. Na share Modric show. Last dance. Yes, I so cha. No.
Williams one against Ghana mo man nsabi.
Hwe. Against Ghana no. Obi somebody show start na. Sa Caleb type meet my United.
How my yen ho dwuma say.
Croatia last 10 games Modric lose passes 80. Ni no opponent na fako. So me am yin free no na me ya. Na pese obowie no de buy de no. Because I know so you buy na jibo with free. But the honor the cover search buy no or the extra bites na the buy. But smoke can be about Ubejew and H Dogley. And they compare to Caleb de no. Yo. Local players no. Ghana Premier League players no so ni say me am Nkrofo
oh yeah
me kan Yankopon so no credit akire mo say o ma anyiro mo ho a blaster ni mo wura no e be very difficult dey am
they say on say na no cat mo koye e bi wo was it UK home kwala nkete no to mo nyina mo na mo because said the mo anso mo kan said the bi ameka
attention na so foreign boys na sa attention no
mo ya mo se na efe na ma ya mfe local boys no ye obuma ball no omo bo pa but they am tie kan no so kan mo anso mo ma no ma ho da too much to mo anim say ade na mo bo wa no enya yi tie mfre
yeah
nanka medium guy no
Salim
Osanko Wahabi Benjamin Asare no oba me bomb pa man say unya first touch na nukwan say baller e be ba no so amana ise bia wo
e skill na e de
tension na nine control no pass
and confidence
the first touch and no
see
na sa we say nyemo say class be ka so mo pe no fasen be bia nso nka
ya level mo body bi dey
jo Saudi wo kokodi one season kra
nani agent for hotel
yemfa videos na mra ti eno ano no wo Shadrack am I ready how the mo rolling videos na me na fi Ghana for mo wo fie no mo hwe no mo tie yemfa omo so adwenkyere ye no mo na edi djuma na nye nko a ye about 30 something million coaches e wo Ghana ti yentie Ghana for so adwenkyere omo dey buy live on the show